Welcome to the lesson. Now I'm going to write some notes for you on this lesson, but I also thought I would talk you through it as well. If you're doing this course and working out ways to hurt other people is why you're doing this course. Hoodoo for Hate isn't about wishing well on somebody. So in this lesson, what I'll do is go through different ways that you can determine if your hoodoo magic has been successful on the target of choice. Now there's several different stages of bad luck that can happen to someone, and in some cases you don't want someone to have the absolute worst result. Some cases you just want to teach someone a lesson or irritate someone a lot. And so when I talk about the various stages, we're also talking about the different levels of magic that you may have carried out. So think of it like that as I go through these various stages. Remember, the goals for hexing or cursing someone, for throwing down on somebody, could be as simple as wanting to just affect someone's health to wanting to get someone to commit suicide. And I'm not here to judge, obviously, but the type of spell you do, like I said, can severely affect that. And also the type of spiritual connection and the type of spirit you use can also affect the end result. So let's go through this list. If you were affected, and of course I'm talking about the target, but I'll talk it in the first person. So if you're affected by black magic or spiritual activity, your sleep will be disturbed, there would be fatigue and lack of energy for day-to-day life. You live in a lot of fear, you're disinterested in life, you feel hopeless. You're irritated for no reason, you can get angry for no reason. You can feel severely depressed. There can be a dryness of mouth at night that's not due to alcoholism. In many clients, you'll see obesity starting to happen. If they're not already chubby, obesity or overeating can be a result of some spell casting or possession. Sudden chills and goosebumps at night. Tightness around body parts. You start forgetting things at the spur of the moment and experience memory loss. Your access to the dream world is blocked. There won't be any remembrance of the dreams when you wake up. Your professional career suffers. People can act irrationally towards you. There can be blockages in the inflow of money towards you as well. So these are basically first level indicators of black magic or that your hoodoo work was successful. When we're looking at advanced stages or stronger types of hoodoo magic or black magic or spiritual possession, some of the symptoms would be you're dreaming of dead bodies and horrible people looking at you who want to kill you, and even in your dreams. You dream a lot of snakes and dirty places. You are waking up suddenly in fear with shortness of breath. You're dreaming of falling from heights. Now, I want to just say that, I'm a psychologist, right? So falling from heights also has some other meanings to it that's not just related to black magic or spiritual possession. So remember, this is as an effect of your casting of black magic or hoodoo for hateful purposes. A lot of dreaming of snakes and scorpions and spiders. You see black dots or smoke flying over you. A lot of people start to see black dots in front of their face, even in normal day vision. The stomach can bloat like a pregnant woman's belly, and the area above the navel tightens up when touching it. It feels like a golf ball's in there. There's a tightness and heaviness, especially in the shoulders and in the chest. Sometimes there's an extreme hunger in cases of entity possession. years ago, people say, oh, that person must have worms. That's quite popular in Australia to say that. But this is sometimes the spiritual possession of the body can make someone so hungry they always feel like they need to eat more, or the spirit is using so much of their energy they feel like they need to eat more to, of course, build up their energy. They can have constant headaches. Their complexion can darken. There can be itching, burning, and stinging pains in different parts of their body. That's the advanced stages. And then in final stages of spiritual possession or dark hoodoo style work, where there's very little recovery time left for the victim, and in many cases you won't even know this, you'll only find out about the end result, or if someone is sharing with you some of this information. What you'll typically find as in the final stages of this type of possession is the cancer of the blood or other body parts. There could be shrinking or malfunction of the kidneys. Could be a lot of excessive alcohol consumption, and this results in liver damage. There could be a lot of substance abuse. Some people have heart attacks that result in sudden death. They'll find that their medicines don't work, and this will baffle their medical practitioners, and quite often you'll see the doctors prescribing some stronger medicines. There's a lot of suicidal attempts or thoughts of self-destruction as well. Now in women, they might feel these type of symptoms or notice these effects on their bodies. A lot of bruises or marks around their thighs or vagina area. They feel like they're raped in dreams by the spirits with an orgasm that feels quite real. And if you're also in my Working with Demons group, this is very different from actually a violent spiritual rape. They could feel like there would be an irritation in the vagina, and this is quite common in Asia, actually. We get clients that write into us saying that they feel like, they're normally very clean, they have good health downstairs, but, they look after themselves, but however, they've got a substance leaking out of their vagina. Now, while some of my coven members will say, and I agree, that they should go and see a doctor, when you put that also, when you consider that with all the other symptoms that are going on, that person has been possessed, and then we should be looking at doing some hexing or curse removal work if it isn't too late for them. Some people experience complete stopping of their monthly periods, or they could get irregular periods or very painful periods. Some people experience a lot of dark blood clots at that time of the month. And this is unrelated to menopause or anything like that. A lot of women are unable to conceive during these psychic blocks, so the woman may stay barren if she hasn't already had children. Sometimes there's a blockage in the fallopian tubes, and the woman is unable to hold a pregnancy. And there's a lot of spells that people do on other women to actually have this effect, especially if a wife's husband is cheating with a third woman, and a wife will come to us and ask us to put this type of spell on the lover so she can't fall pregnant. You can't blame the wife for that. Some people experience unexplained convulsions as well. Now, if you've thrown down a hoodoo hex or curse on someone and they're quite spiritual, what you'll notice is that person will have a loss of interest in their spirituality. They could lose interest in praying, and they could lose interest in doing their daily meditations. You'll see their body shaking like a pendulum when one tries to meditate or pray. Some people that, for example, may not have been homosexual could turn into homosexuals. And this is because the spiritual entity is getting them to do lots of things that they would normally feel uncomfortable in doing. For example, if they were a vegetarian before, they might all of a sudden start eating meat. If they were Muslim and they were possessed, maybe they start to eat pork and things like that. You might also notice other things you could notice. Their spiritual activity might increase about 2 to 3 days before the dark moon nights and the full moon nights. The targets will feel a lot worse around these times. So if you want to check in on how effective your spellcasting has been, you are speaking to your target, you can check in around those times to check on the success of your spells. And also, if you haven't done so already, you should always write these down in your diary, because otherwise you may forget how effective your work has actually been. Okay, so I hope this has helped you understanding the effects or the results from your own work on the target.